All right, I know it feels like Groundhog's Day, but I do have to start with the coronavirus. The pandemic in America reached another milestone. So now I feel like milestone's the wrong word. There are now more than 5 million confirmed cases in the U.S. Among those newly infected are nearly 100,000 children. That's according to the American Academy of Pediatrics. Speaking of kids, that Georgia school, remember this, that made headlines after photos and videos like these went viral last week? Well, in-person learning is closed there today and tomorrow after 9 kids at the school tested positive. Excuse me, now we just have an update. 6 kids, 3 teachers. I apologize for that. Are you surprised by this? Is anyone surprised, or are you surprised that we're going to have COVID forever? Because that's how it feels, Lindsay.
I'm surprised that we're going to have it forever. I mean, every time we hit one of these milestones or these numbers that we talk about, it's just exhausting to know that we can do things to effectively stop it a bit more than we are doing. So like the video that we saw of the kids in the Georgia school, they were not social distancing at all. That same school, like you said, 9 kids are infected. If you look over the course of July, the last 2 weeks is when some schools, especially down south, start to go back to school. And there's been a 40% uptick in children getting coronavirus during those last 2 weeks of July. So I think it's just something that we have to think about. Instead of catching parents off guard and saying, hey, we're canceling school immediately effective Monday, why don't we make a plan to do school virtually, and an effective plan for parents that actually have to go to work of how their kids going to learn and be safe at home.
Yeah, Lindsay and I are kind of talking somewhat theoretically. You have kids out, right?
Yes.
So maybe like pods of kids get together with 1 teacher per 10 students or something like that. How are you feeling? Is this just your arms are up in the air?
Or maybe do school outside.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of restaurants that I walk past have really moved their indoor seating outside, and some streets have even blocked off the street so that the tables are actually sitting in the actual street. You know, we have to rethink everything that we've been doing. Schools are literally built to anti-social distance. They're designed to encourage interaction, whether it's in the classroom or in the hallways. I mean, I taught for 5 years. I know what a hallway looks like in between periods. I couldn't imagine a scenario in which you could properly social distance, especially and that's expecting every kid to follow protocol, which they're not, especially when you're talking about younger kids. So we have to think about like how we're going to retool this and rethink this, and we need to think this out before what Lindsay says happens, where we just have a bunch of kids that get sick, a bunch of teachers get sick, now everybody's back at home, and parents have to make adjustments on the fly.
Yeah, and a lot of you wrote in saying that Hannah Waters, that pictures that she took, it wasn't that she took the pictures that got her suspended. It was the cell phone policy of the school. She did break that by taking it, but didn't have anybody's face in it, and she posted it off campus specifically for that reason. But she feels it, we feel it. We'd love to know what you think as well.